once upon a time. It's one of the serene village sites for red soil in vogue along with mist-crowning hills guarded hills. There was the law as ancient as the remembrance of man. Neither was it graven upon rock, neither spoken of in the streets. And without question, forever. They continued. When the rooster crows, let no man falsely say anything. For the man who did it would lose the one thing that had convinced them they had ever trod the earth. Their shadow. Most dismissed it as the ramblings of an old woman. Until one of them, one lovable, grumpy Mary, buzzed. And in the morning, they say, the sun took itself out of sight. The people of Riverbend were awake before morning. Wives started fires. Kids brought out the water. Elders sat quietly, eavesdropping for gossip. In one dark hut whose door was broken as well as whose roof leaked, Mary sat beside her mother, Mama Ruth, whose cough had blood along with it now. Mary's eyes were red as well as weary. She had sold everything she owned. Something single may still save her mother from now. Root of life, as it is sold in markets. For 3 cowries. She, however, had only one. Mary had arrived at the market before the sun kissed the hills. The root seller, a dry wrinkled woman with rock-like dry eyes, they saw walking towards her. I need the root, Mary breathed aloud. 3 cowries, said the woman. Mary flung her hand wide open. I've 3. Please. She stared at her. Nodded slowly later. She placed the root in front of Mary. Mary bowed, thanked her, and withdrew. Nothing had changed. No tremors shook the floor. And the sun, it stopped. And her shadow did not follow. She was noticed by her cousin, Ken, at first. He was going back from the stream when he looked at her. Mary, he screamed. She turned, laughing. Where's your shadow? She blinked. Looked away. The red dust at her feet was clean. No silhouette. No shadow. Nothing trailed behind her. That white lie had kept her out of the sun. She shivered upon her mat when it was evening. You must go, she swallowed. To the edge, to Sunset Rock. Before the 3rd moon. Or you shall belong to the one who feeds on the dead. There was not one psalm along the way to the Sunset Rock. No children played. None of the hunters went without going to the ground after pouring the beverage. And Mary had not time. She brought along only the water calabash and the blessing of her mother. He trailed behind her, even though she ordered him not to. Wherever you go, mine shall go, too, the dark as well. Behind them, the village fell silent. Like as it were mad. The forest said not a word. It hissed. At evening, dark spots in trees were noticed. Carved in the bark, sigilly of charcoal. Down by the stream, Mary looked in to find she was reflected. And it did not act like hers. It grinned when she did not. It blinked twice when she blinked twice. And that night, it whispered. Lie again, once more, and your shadow comes back. His voice was of the shadowless one. Heart deceiver, it was never glanced at another time. Access. The voice trailed them. Not loud. Not angry. Like the wind in the grief shroud. Another one, please, it croaked. Mortal soul. Just one. And your shadow will return before dawn. Mary froze. I can't do that. The voice laughed. You've been untruthful before, girl. You're not Virgo anymore. He moved ahead. We don't trade here. We trade in front of the Sunset Rock. Move away. The forest was burning in stillness. And then, Mary saw it. The shadowless one. A form of smoke without definition. A mouth without a voice. Then go, it spit out. But here is the condition, you come to Sunset Rock without returning as anything. They came upon it at the second twilight. Sunset Rock. A large, broad, dark rock, lit by lunar illumination. At its core, a bow carved out of bone. The wind stirred. A voice, powerful but inhuman, boomed out of the rock. To retrieve what has been entrusted to the sun, truth must come in entirety. Release whatever is most valuable to you. Nothing but truth, out of pain, can bring the in shadows. Mary cried. Close my mouth, she breathed. Take my breath. Take me. I brought this on. And the pool was dry. Until Ken moved forward. I also lied, he told her. When I said that I followed to protect her. I lagged behind, for I could not afford to lose her. Even as the gods were bringing me away. He took out his knife. And let one drop of blood land in the bowl. The bowl sizzled. It glowed. The earth shook. Ken collapsed. His shadow appeared, fluttered. And drew nearer slowly to Mary. He touched her feet. And wrapped himself in her. Its outline was complete once more. But the eyes of Ken froze. His chest didn't rise. He had spoken the truth. The extent of truth as sacrifice. When Mary got back to Riverbend, the sun slowly ascended above her. Mama Ruth was out of the hut, crying at the sight of her daughter. Nobody ever saw Ken once more. Nothing but one dark bird passed above. And turned towards the east. Mary called the elders and kids in the evening, beneath the tall tree. She told them everything. The deception. Forest without umbrage. The rock. And Ken. Everyone was silent. After this the village priest arose. And this commandment also he gave them, all the way henceforth, let truth be told, not merely to the gods. And for your people, as long as they live. Years passed. Mary was the physician. She not only educated kids about herbs, but of words. And the power the words hold. But each market day, she deposited 3 cowries at Sunset Rock. One for truth. One for memory. And one for Ken. They say, if you sleep in the morning sunlight of Riverbend, the earth can forget you. Even the tracks can vanish come midday. And although the voice is heard loud, your shadow is free to live. And one morning, just as before, it did. Only this time, it never returned. Next time you're speaking in the presence of sunlight, keep in mind, has the shadow stopped clinging to you?